So you're probably wondering, Ted, what's the deal, man? You're letting us down. You're going like a couple of month and a half since you did your last video. Well, let me just share. I'm a school teacher, full-time school teacher. I'm also the song leader at my church. Plus, they want me to be in charge of a life group. If you don't know what a life group is, type it up in Wikipedia. It'll tell you all about a life group. And so my school year started. And I was immediately thrust into 4 PIR days, which means you sit there and listen to someone teach you how to be a better teacher when you've taught longer than they have. Somebody's promoting a book, dealing with Common Core, which is probably going to go away and be replaced by something else in the next, it's about every 5 years. A new curriculum is about every 5 years. 5. And so they want you to sit there and go through this book with this person who says you should only lecture your students 5% of the time, which is impossible at the beginning of the year if you're going to go over rules and you're going to go over procedures and you're going to go over expectations and all the other things that I'll tell you about. There's no way in God's green earth you cannot lecture more than 5% of the time because you've got to tell them, here's what I expect. And writing it on the board is not good enough. It doesn't do it. You have to actually say, Jimmy, get off that curtain. You don't swing on the curtains. No. Jimmy, stop it. You do. You have to tell kids things like that. You have to say, stop doing that. No. Crawling around on the floor and pulling each other's hair is not acceptable in 11th grade. Stop it. You do. You know, then you get these people, teachers are way overpaid. We're paid too much money. My property taxes, these stinking teachers. Well, I'll let you know my pay raise. You ready? My pay raise was $7.50 this year from last year. I can buy, what can I do in a whole year? $7.50. Oh, $7.50 a month. So what can I do a month? Seriously, that's what I got. That was my raise, $7.50. I could get a Starbucks coffee. I could buy a video used at a pawn shop. There's things I can do with that $7.50. Those that think I'm paid way too much, here's your 53 cents per child. You take it back. All right. No, I actually enjoy teaching. I love the beginning of the school year, but this is just how it starts, and it's just you're thrust into it, and you're sitting in those PIR days on a hard seat, and your back is hurting, and you're listening to this lady that's all, they bring her from some other place, Kansas City or something, and she's all perky, and she's there paid probably $10,000, you know, to be there, and so she's like cha-ching, and she's telling us, be positive, be enthusiastic, and you're the kids, they'll feel your energy. And you know, and she's like, I'm like, this lady has no clue. She shows you these videos of like a class, and like, Jimmy's not in that class. Johnny's not in that class. You know what I'm talking about. Johnny, Jimmy, they're not there. There's always a Johnny, there's always a Jimmy. They're always there. Maybe a Jill. They're there in your class on the first start of the day. Okay, they're there, and it's like, teach them something. So it started, and basically one thing after another, you know, just boom, boom, boom. Dress, how the choir is going to dress. I told you rules, procedures, and expectations. These are the things. This is what you need for my class. This is your music folder. This is your number. What's my number? This is your number. Your number 1. Next day, what was my number again? 1. What was my number again? 1. My number, 1. Okay, this is your robe number. What number? 22. What number? 22. I'll hang the sheet up. There, 22. Now he comes up to me, I just point at the sheet. Keep the garbage can far away from me. You know, School year started, okay? And you got these rules, you post them on your walls, you do all this work, and you make sure that you go over it again and again. Because if you don't go over it, and you yell at the kids, then they're really confused and they think you're mean. Oh, you're mean. I joined choir because I wanted to sing Rockstar. I want to sing Rise by Katy Perry. And you're making us sing like this weird music with notes and stuff. And you're talking about following the music and repeat signs and measures and double bar lines and stuff. I'm not interested in that. I just want to sing rock. Beginning of the school year. Fun time. So my last 3 weeks have been like that. Oh, fundraising. Almost forgot fundraising. Yes, glorious fundraising. And the kids, you always get those couple of parents. I don't want to do it. Fundraising. I'll pay my taxes and I'm going to do fundraising. I'm like, you have a better idea? You have a better idea how we can afford, to pay for this stuff? You got any ideas? No, I just think that it's ridiculous that they don't just provide all this. I said, well, even in football, they don't provide the kids their shoes and stuff. I mean, so yeah, your daughter's going to need some black leggings and some black shoes. That is not acceptable. All she has is a pair of green tennis shoes that I paid $109 for at some sports store in Spokane. So that was the beginning of my school year, and not really much has changed. It just kind of sucks the living life out of you. I did happen to see, within the last month, I saw one movie. It was called Suicide Squad. I thought it was lousy. I don't know what these fanboys are talking about. The only thing that was remotely amusing in the movie is that Margot Robbie is pretty. That's it. The movie I watched, I don't know if they watched the same movie as I did, but if there would have been a bolt of lightning out of the sky, Batman would have been there, Wonder Woman would have been there, and also the Avengers would have assembled. Both universes would have come if it had been a bolt of lightning out of the sky and some woman standing there going. And literally, that's what the movie was. It was just completely weird. And then they do just weird stuff, just like I talked about Star Trek earlier. What's his name? Deadshot? Is he Deadshot? It had to be Deadshot. It's not Deadpool. Yes, Deadshot. I think it's, yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. They make Will Smith. He's black. I'm not racist. Deadshot in the comics is not black. Will Smith, I think that it works, but it's not, it's weird. I mean, come on. I mean, where's the outrage? Oh, you'll be called a racist. Well, so what? It's ridiculous. He's not black in the comics. He's not black in the animated series on DC. So I was a little weird. I was like, that's Deadshot? I thought he was like maybe Hispanic or white. I don't think he was black. And my daughters agreed. And so anyway, the movie, to me, I was sitting there and halfway through, I was looking at my watch going, this is completely ludicrous. I dodged the monstrosity called Ghostbusters. I'll probably pick it up at a discount bin at a pawn shop in 2 years. Something I'm going to talk about is if a movie's good, is it still good 3, 5, 6, 10, 20 years later? What's this thing that you need to run out to the theater and spend $27.50 to watch a movie every time it comes out? Or for me, $10. Because that's what, you go there and spend $10, and that's not eating any popcorn, you're just there to do your job. And watch the movie to tell people it's lousy. And Suicide Squad kind of made me lose the faith. I thought that Batman versus Superman had some quality to it. I thought it was kind of incoherent, and I thought it wasn't as cohesive as it should have been. And it's a little dark for me. I still am a Christopher Reeves fan from the 1978 and 1980 Superman. But this had no merit whatsoever. It just didn't have that, if you're going to make a Suicide Squad, it needed to be more witty, better dialogue, better script. That's all I have to say about it. It was okay. I won't buy it probably. I don't know. It just didn't appeal to me whatsoever. So that's the last movie that I saw. Anyway, school year started, and yep, fundraising, rules, procedures, music, ordering my music, reordering my music. It's nobody's fault, but somehow some connection doesn't get to some connection, and my music didn't come. So we were sight reading, and the kids loved that. Here, Daniel Preakham's Christmas cantata. Don't know what it is, let's sight read it. I'm playing the piano, they're sitting there just laughing because they can't sight read it. So then I pull out something easier and throw it to them. Joshua for the Battle of Jericho. I pull out something else, throw them some music. Okay, let's sight read. Our music hasn't arrived yet, Then you get it, and you get half of it, and half of it's on back order. So they're sharing. They're sharing their music, and you're like, okay, half of it's on back order. It'll say so. It'll take 2 weeks, so share. So they're sharing the music, and anyway, so I got a bunch of great kids, but you always have a few. And this year it's not a Jimmy and Johnny, it's a Jill, Jean, and Jasmine. I don't know, 3 girls, and everybody's like, how do you deal with them? How on earth do you deal with those girls? They are completely impossible. I'm like, I don't have any problems with them. I just say, sit down, behave. Because in my town, I am 7th through 12th grade choir. That's what I teach. And in 7th and 8th grade, if they're acting like idiots, then I'm going to put them in the appropriate choir when they get to the high school. There is an idiot choir, then there's the chorale, then there's varsity. And I just put the idiots in idiot choir, and I just know that hours, Can I sit over here and just lay on the floor? Yeah, go lay on the floor. And so anyway, I was in Safeway, bringing that up, I was in Safeway, and somebody was standing there talking about his property taxes. The property taxes. I said, okay, make a deal with you. My daughter, she babysat a summer, she got $20 a day. For the kids I teach over 100 kids a day. I'll take just $20 a day per each kid. I said, do the math. The cashier, she's like, oh, Lord, here we go. Another teacher and another guy saying crap. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. Great. There's going to be a fight in the store. I just said, hey, can you do math? And I told him, I said, I got a $7.50 raise this year. I said, I decided to put it in my car replacement fund. That's what I did with it. I put the $7.50 in the car replacement fund in my budget. Every dollar. Yeah, I like that. I don't agree with Dave Ramsey on everything, but that's a good app. Every dollar. So the discussion went like this. I was standing there saying, I'll take half of that. $10. Just $10. Sit down with a calculator and do this. Just pay me $10 for the 100 and something students I teach per day. Just $10. So that's it. $10 a day for 100 students. I think it's a fair wage. Just for babysitting. I'll do the choir for free. I will teach your kids to sing like angels for free. I'm just keeping them off the streets, keep them out of your house, from having parties and burning your house down and sitting in the basement smoking, bongs or doing whatever. I'm just trying to do my civic duty. I'm a civil servant. Just pay me a babysitter's wage, and we won't have even anything to discuss. Of course, he'd never do that math. People do not know what they're talking about. I make the median in this country. I make $50 a year. That's what I make. And my pay raises, the union does their best, but they're small. It's just a fact. It's a fact of life. So anyway, I'm not wanting you to feel sorry for me. I love teaching choir. It is my calling. I enjoy it. I would do it for free. And I do that for free. But it's the ones, the big money I'm getting paid for, the 50 I'm getting paid for, is the Jimmy, Johnny, Jean, Jill, and Jasmine. Those. Anyway, Music Man, that's what's been going on. Forget Suicide Squad. I'm not buying that. And I haven't seen one movie so far that interests me right now.